Hey, what's up? I'm Matt. I'm the drummer in the Chainsmokers. We're out here today in Nashville on the World War Joy tour, which is a 42-city arena US tour. Just coming off the back of our Asia and Europe tour. And I'm sitting down today to talk to you guys about a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know about yet. So as well as playing the drums on the show and in the band, I became the show director on this. Basically, I've been working on this show for about 9 months, building the concepts and all the production design, as well as all the musical direction, arrangements, live compositions. And pretty much this show was designed on the road, on a laptop. And I was making, from the musical arrangements, making those and trying them out and then playing them on the drums, but also at the same time with the production design and working out, scripting the show and making sure that everything's going to work, the lighting and the video that I wanted, as well as special effects and placement, stage blocking, what Alex and Drew are doing. It was a very hands-on and full-on build, and we built this pretty much from scratch. And it was just crazy to see essentially all of my ideas and concepts and drawings to them walking into production rehearsals was very cool, especially when you're working on something that essentially it's as close as it's going to be to you as ever, not a third party or an artist or anything like another artist, for example. It's just like your own project.
What's up, guys? It's Jay Reynolds, Matt McGuire's drum tech, out here with the Chainsmokers on the World War Joy tour. Just gonna run you through his rig and show you some awesome things that Pearl sent out for us and that we're loving. Pearl reference kit, it's the reference pure. We're doing 12x8, 14x14, 16x16. For the snare, I think it's actually Masterworks, but it's the reference 20 ply, 14x6.5. Pearl SensiTone nickel over brass, 14x6.5 for a side snare over here. Pearl Demon Drive pedals, using the quad beaters, felt side for that. Finished, we went with matte black with the powder coated hardware, black, kind of a murdered out look. His second kit down there is the Music City custom line, which was awesome because it was a last minute decision that we wanted to switch and do a completely new aesthetic for the B kit, and our creative team came up with a cool design, as you'll see down there. And John was able to have the shells out to us in a week, and then we were able to have them wrapped. And yeah, what you see down there was done in a week and a half, and I don't know if there's not anyone else that can crank out that sort of turnaround time. So Icon rack was actually the first rack I ever had. When we made the switch to Pearl, a big selling point was the fact that we could use both the rack for drums and keyboards. We were previously using another rack company for keyboards, and just having the similar aesthetic has been huge. There's nothing that moves. In fact, these things travel together and nothing moves. Everything, it's set up the same every day. Cuts my setup time down to practically nothing. Just throw it up there. And the new Pearl clamps are awesome because you get way more modular ability than I felt in the past. So that was a huge thing for this. And the aesthetic, it's a cool aesthetic. Same with the keyboard rig, if you look down there. So over here we did the same thing, Icon setup on the keyboard rig. It's the first keyboard rig I've seen that uses Icon setup, and with the new clamps, we was able to get some very cool things, especially with these T clamps, we're able to use on the underside for keyboard, and it's been super rock solid. There's no movement. These all travel in three. It breaks into 3 main sections that rides on top of the cases, and it's the same every night. Doesn't move, and I like the brushed aluminum finish on this because we have a lot of pyro on the show, and it looks good night after night and holds up through the rigorous touring we do. But yeah, we're mounting so much stuff off of this. This is 60 something pounds, and then it's the best rack out there. So
I started playing drums when I was 6, performing at 11. My first international tour was when I was 15. It was crazy when I was younger. I always wanted to be essentially in a band that was I had a lot of creative control over, and I could really get very hands-on in. And this is definitely not a plug. I've never plugged in a video, but if you're looking to play a drum kit that's very responsive and dynamic, and what you put into it you get out of it, I definitely, from playing like a lot of different brands, you know, and looking around before this all happened, Pearl's definitely in their own lane for sure, and very original, and if you're an artist, you know, they can do a lot of crazy custom things. So that all just stems from an extremely good quality product, to be honest. So Pearl, the best reason to play drums.